Yo, what's up guys, it's Lun-Gi. So today we're gonna take a look at a Materiactor deck profile. So this archetype came out a few years ago, maybe like two years ago or something, but it only had like one main deck monster and then one XYZ monster. You basically couldn't do anything with it, but Konami released some new support for the deck and it's actually pretty competent. It's a very fun Dragon Rank 3 XYZ deck. So we're gonna take a look at the profile and one primary combo for the archetype. So first up is the first monster that was released, Gigadra or something, Gigadra. So his effect is you discard any card from your hand and then you special summon a level 3, I think, level 3 normal monster from your main deck. But if you discarded a normal monster to activate his effect, then you can special summon a Materiactor monster instead. So it kind of rewards you for actually drawing into a vanilla, which is pretty nice. And then first up of the new cards, 3 copies of Materiactor Exarept or something. Exarept. So he's kind of like an honest discard. Target a rank 3 monster you control and it gains 1500 attack, and the attack boost is actually permanent and it's not hard once per turn. So just like honest, if you have like all 3 of them, you can boost a rank 3 monster by 4500 attack, which is usually how you OTK in this deck. So this deck can actually OTK pretty easily. So you summon this guy with like three level 3 monsters, and then you boost his attack with Exarept. Every time he attacks, he gains 200 attack. So you'll be doing like 200 extra damage, and then he'll be able to attack 3 times because you make him with 3 materials. You can attack a number of times up to the number of materials that he has. So typically he can attack 3 times. So usually he attacks for about 6 something, or like 7-2 or something. So if you boost him with Exarept, that's 100% GG. So the maximum amount of damage is like, I think like 2400 or 2800 or something. Him boosted by like multiple Exarepts and then him having like 4 materials. So you can like OTK your opponent like 3 times. His other effect is you can discard another card in your hand, and then you can special summon him and then either add a normal monster from your graveyard to your hand or from your deck to your hand. But from the graveyard, if you discarded a normal monster, then you can't add the same one that you discard. So yeah, so it's kind of like an extender slash kind of starter as well, because it fetches another level 3-4 rank. And then 3 copies of your searcher, which is Zeptowing. Zeptowing on normal special summon, or if it's flip face up, he can search for your archetype cards, Materiactor cards, and then he's also an extender from hand. So if you control a Materiactor card, you can reveal him and then you can special summon him. And then if you have a normal monster in the graveyard, you can special summon it, or you can return it to your hand. That's attached to his search effect. So he's a very good starter slash extender as well. So each of your monsters is actually a starter. This one is just a starter, but these are like starters slash extenders. That's very good for the archetype. And that's it for the archetype monsters. And then the non-archetype cards, Terrortop, it's at 3 in the TCG, so TCG can play 3. So I'm hoping that it goes to 3 on the next list in the OCG. Making this deck a bit more consistent. Terrortop is a 1-card combo in this. The combo is not like insane. It's only about like two or 3 disruptions, but you get like crazy follow-up for an OTK. Yeah, and then we play the armored engine, so we play armored shock. So if you have an XYZ play and then they stop your XYZ, then if you play 2 armored targets, you can actually still get out an armored disruption for your opponent's turn that's immune to impermanence. So that's why playing armored shark, because it can also like act as like discard fodder. So one of the deck's weaknesses is that these 2 cards, your 2 starters, they actually require discards. So if your opponent stops you on these starters, it can be very difficult to try and like get something going, because then like you have to eat up 2 other cards in your hand. So you activate this effect, you discard, and then they ash you, and then you activate this effect, discard, and they can't ash you at that point, but like you've like discarded 2 cards from your hand, and then they can just stop the XYZ. So then you only have like 2 cards left in your hand to try and defend yourself or try to so they can be tough. So also acts as like discard fodder as well. And then the vanilla that you play, it's baby dragon. So I play dragon vanillas because I want to make seal, heretic seal of spheres, heavenly spheres, because on the opponent's turn you can summon Zeptowing and then trigger its effect to search for your honest, and then also revive. So you can actually make an XYZ play on your opponent's turn, armored XYZ cards. Yeah, this is why I play dragons. So I'm playing this one over Hunter Dragon. Hunter Dragon has higher attack, but Hunter Dragon is a dark monster. So Biseals are in the meta with Malice. So it's not, you need to have like your vanillas. You need to be able to cycle your vanillas or have your vanillas in the graveyard. So you don't want your opponent to just like banish your vanillas for free, and then that really hurts your engine. So he's a wind, also has synergy with Taketomborg. So Taketomborg is actually an extender in this deck. It's not just a brick in. So yeah, so that's why Baby Dragon, and 2 copies because you need to have like at least two in rotation, because you're going to be special summoning it back, using it as material, and you really need 1 in the graveyard to use. And then for the extenders, the dangers are your best extenders. They're limited in the TCG, so you can only play 1 and 1, but Carbon Eden can also work as another one. So they work as extenders. They also work as discard fodder, because these guys, they need to discard. So if you normal summon your guy Gigaboros and then you discard a danger, if they ash you, it's fine, the danger will summon itself back, or in Jackalope's case, will summon a snake from the deck, and then you can still make a rank 3 play. So your opponent needs another card to stop you, and when they do stop you, you can just go into your Armored XYZ card. So if you have your guy and a danger, then your opponent needs 3 hand traps to prevent you from putting up a disruption. So yeah, so these 2 cards together, this one and the danger, can eat like three hand traps on its own. And then also they allow you to draw cards, so you can actually legally stack in this deck. So when you resolve a danger, you can draw a card, so you can stack whatever card you want on top of the deck, and then can use the dangers, resolve them in the card that you stack, which is nice. And then the hand traps, 3 copies of Effect Veiler, 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 2 Maxi, and then 1 Nibiru. Just keeping the same kind of like ratios when Maxi was at 3, but just replace the 3rd Maxi with like a somewhat similar, being able to end turns. And that's it for the monsters. Now for the spell cards, 3 copies of Materiactor Meltdown. Materiactor Meltdown. So this is kind of a searcher, but like it's a chance searcher. So once per turn during your main phase, so it's an ignition effect, excavates 6 cards from the top of your deck. Then you can add 1 Materiactor card to your hand, and then you can also detach not detach, but you can take a XYZ material from 1 rank 3 XYZ monster you control, and then you can add it to your hand. Yeah, so that's very useful for like getting hand traps that you attach to your XYZ monsters to your hand, or getting your engine cards to your hand. Very useful. And then its other effect which is not once per turn, is after you've activated your XYZ monsters effect, then you can attach the top card of your deck to a Materiactor XYZ monster you control. So that actually allows you to be able to attach materials like hand traps to your XYZ monsters, and then use their effects, add those hand traps to your hand, which is actually what makes this deck pretty insane, because you can add like Ash Blossom or Maxi or Nibiru or whatever to your hand during your opponent's turn, using your XYZ monsters effects, giving you like more disruptions on top of whatever you have as well. So yeah, that's actually like pretty insane, and it allows you to basically just like bury your opponent in disruptions. And then 1 Talons, 2 Call by the Grave, 1 Crossout, and then Armored XYZ, full Armored XYZ for the engine, and then 1 copy of your Counter Trap card. Counter Trap card is also pretty busted. You activate it to negate something your opponent activates. Then you can take a material from a Materiactor XYZ monster you control, and then add it to your hand. And then there are different additional effects depending on what card you add. So if you take a monster from the XYZ, then you have to take a card from your hand and then shuffle it back into the deck. If you take a spell card, then your XYZ monsters gain 1000 attack. Your Materiactor XYZ monsters gain 1000 attack, and that is a permanent boost. And then if you take a trap card, you can actually just set that trap card. So if you detach Impermanence, you can set it, then on your turn you can actually activate that permanence, instead of having it in your hand where you can't use it until your opponent's next turn again. So yeah, really like great counter trap. It doesn't destroy the card that it negates, which is kind of a boost against certain cards. And then the last card is 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. So 40 card deck. Definitely want to be staying close to 40 as possible with this, because of the discard cost and stuff. You really need to be drawing like multiple copies of, you really be able to your opponent's stuff. So definitely sticking straight 40 cards with this deck. And then the extra deck, 1 copy of Seal. You really want to make it in your opening turn as well, because it can you can trigger your engine cards during your opponent's turn, and then it goes, resolving this card on your opponent's turn is basically plus 2. Yeah, it's a +2 that sets you up. And then SP Little Knight, 1 copy of Gossip Shadow. if you have enough fodder, you can make Cast of Shadow first, and then you can negate any monster. Well, pseudo negate. It turns the monster effect into like a draw effect, so it kind of negates the card. And then Break Sword deck definitely needs like some spot removal, so Break Sword and SP Little Knight help with that. And then the first Materiactor card, Gigaboros. So his effect is you can detach a material, attach a Materiactor monster from your deck to himself, and then he gains 500 attack for each card in your hand, which doesn't seem like a lot, but like you can actually get like multiple cards in your hand. It's possible to even get like 10 cards in your hand during your like your next turn, because you can add one card with him, and then you can add like 2 cards with XYZ. Yeah, so you're always like adding cards to your hand, and then you're also searching on your opponent's turn as well, which adds even more cards to your hand. So yeah, it's not unrealistic to have like 10 cards in your hand, boosting to like 5/5. Pretty crazy. So during the opponent's turn, you can during the opponent's main or battle phase, you can attach one XYZ material attached to him to your hand. So whatever card you manage to attach with your continuous spell card, you can add them to your, including like hand traps. And then the new one, Exagard. So 3 copies of him. Sometimes you have to cycle through like more than one, because he needs to have a Materiactor monster as material to be able to like attach the materials to detach the materials and add them to your hand. So he needs a Materiactor monster. So sometimes you have to make him with like Terrortop or like Dangers or something like that. Then he has nothing under him, so then you can't really use his effect. So in that case, you'll just stack over for the armored cards. You just like detach, and then you just make like a second one to act as like disruption during your opponent's turn. So yeah, you can cycle through 2 on your first turn typically, and you need the third one definitely. And then your OTK enabler, I think is Ashura Priest, Ashura King, being able to attack multiple times and then you have your Xyz Armor Torpedo. Xyz Armor Torpedo, basically just an upstart that you can use to go into your armored XYZ. So you can stack your deck, and then you can use his effect to draw a card. And then his equip effect also is relevant sometimes. So you attach him to something, and then your opponent cannot respond when you attack the monster that's equipped with him. Alright, so course for the armored XYZ plays, Xyz Armor Fortress. Alright, Xyz Armor Fortress. And full armored, one of your disruptions, one of your boss monsters. You definitely need TY-PHON. So against Ryziel, you can actually make seal. If you're going like second, you can make seal against Ryziel, and then you can use whatever other monster to make type. So now you can actually you can attack over, you can bounce the detonator, right? Bounce the detonator, and then you can attack over the Geo Drive, and then on your next turn you can just wait. Since he's still on the field, it won't be able to activate detonator, so you can wait until they summon detonator, and then you can use seal to bounce the detonator. So you can force him to like waste materials to try and like beat over your field, and then seals will allow you to get back engine. So yeah, this card allows you to not easily, but have a much better chance going second against. Very much needed. Downerd to go straight into ZEUS, going second, make a full materials use, and then the last card of course is ZEUS. So yeah, that is it for the deck. The deck is actually pretty strong, stronger than people think, and people really underestimate this. So this weekend I'm going to take it to a tournament and then see how it goes. I took it to a tournament on Monday, but I bricked in game 3 against John, and then I got knocked out on the first round, so that's unfortunate. So I tweaked the deck since then, so hopefully this time I'll do much better. But anyway, let's take a look at one basic combo with the deck. Alright, so to start the combo, we typically need Exagard plus a random card to discard. Alright, so we'll just discard the card, and then we will use Exagard to special summon our baby dragon from the deck. Special summon baby dragon, then we will overlay them for Exagard. Exagard will detach baby dragon, and then we'll special summon Zeptowing from the deck. Alright, so special summon Zeptowing, trigger Zeptowing's effect, so special summon and then search as well. So we will add the continuous spell card. Next up we'll activate it, and then we will go for Xyz Armor Torpedo. Right, so we want to go for Torpedo here, because when you resolve the first effect of the continuous spell card, you can add a card that's attached to your XYZ monster to your hand. So right now we actually need this as material, so it's not a good idea to detach this and add to the hand, because then we have to rely on luck to attach another Materiactor card. So we'll just go for Torpedo, right, Torpedo, and then we'll draw a random card, right, draw Borg, and then we'll trigger, and then we will attach. Alright, so we got Impermanence. Right, since we got Impermanence, that's fine. So we'll activate the first effect. Now we'll excavate 6 cards. Alright, excavate 6 cards. We'll add the counter trap card. And then we will stack our deck. We don't have any hand traps, so we'll literally just like, yeah, we'll stack the deck, and then we can stack the deck, and then we can add our permanents that we attach as material to our hand. So since we don't have any other disruption, we have to go for our fortress. So unfortunately, we have to shuffle the deck again, unstack the deck. We have to unstack the deck, trigger the continuous spell card. Alright, so we attach the top card as material. Now this is it for the combo, because we don't have any extenders. So just set these three, and then we end our turn. So thanks to drawing Impermanence, we have another disruption. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4 disruptions off of that one card with a discard. This one is kinda luck, the counter trap card, and Impermanence kind of you can kind of force this effect out like 3 times. So there's a very good chance you'll actually get a hand trap using the second effect of your continuous spell card as well. Also, you can do more, obviously, with like more than one card, or if you actually start with like this guy in like a danger, or basically any of your like starters in a danger, then you can actually go for seal on top of having these cards as well. So yeah, a very strong combo. So during the opponent's turn, so we want to do this, so we need to resolve this so that we can get it to the graveyard. So this also plays around like Impermanence, so they have to try to imperm this guy, but we can just like negate Impermanence if we feel like they won't be activating any really like power spells or trap cards. But yeah, anyways, so we'll use his effect. We'll use his effect first. So bonus space to summon something, then we can use his effect, add these 2 cards to the hand, and then we'll bounce non-targeting a card on the field or monster on the field, and then this will trigger. So we'll attach top card material. Alright, so that's Call by the Grave, and then your opponent will do some other stuff. Then you can activate Armored XYZ, and then you can summon full Armored Lancer, Black Ray Lancer. Right, full Armored Lancer, and then you can banish this, and you can attach your Torpedo to Lancer, and that'll trigger Lancer's effect. Attach a monster to himself as material, non-targeting again, and that'll trigger your spell card. Alright, so now we've got Ash Blossom. Alright, so now we're cooking. So your opponent activates something else. You can just use the counter trap. You can add Ash Blossom to your hand, and then you have to shuffle something back into the deck. So just shuffle Taketomborg back into the deck. Right, shuffle Taketomborg back into the deck, and then yeah, then we still have Ash Blossom and Impermanence to negate our opponent's monster effects. Now he's on, he gains 300 for each equip, 300 for this guy, so 3-1 plus 2500, 3-1 plus 2500, 5-6. So he's on 5-6, so it's already basically GG. So next turn, draw for turn, draw Baby Dragon, it's fine. Like this is GG. If they have monsters on the field, you can just make a rank 3 play, discard, go for another one. Or since we discarded a normal monster, we can go for Zeptowing's effect, summon this back, and then we can add Honest to the hand, and add Honest to the hand. We still haven't used this effect yet, but yeah, this is 100% just GG. So just go for Ashura King. Right, go for Ashura King. It's 100% game. Right, go battle phase, Ashura King, GG. Because yeah, he'll attack for, I don't know, like 12,000 or something, because he can attack 3 times. So yeah, that's how easily you can beat your opponent with this deck. Anyways, that's it for the video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.